What's up guys, and welcome to FPL Today. I'm your host JNO, welcome to the channel and welcome to my team for Game Week 7, where I look at how I did in Game Week 6 and what I'm planning to do towards Game Week 7, so you can see what a top 1% player is planning to do in the FPL Fantasy Premier League game. But before we get into today's video, if you have been a long time subscriber or a new subscriber, you will know that we've just hit 9,000 subscribers. So if you are interested in celebrating that occasion, up until we hit 10,000 subscribers, we do have some new FPL Today JNO Flock merch. So if you are interested, go and check out the link in the description, the Teespring link, where you will find over 9,000 and an In the Top 10K t-shirt, as well as a Flock logo mug. Go and check that out. If you want to support the channel, go and buy that merchandise. And if you do get it, make sure to tweet or Instagram me pictures of you with the item. Would love to see you guys rocking the FPL Today merch, and let's get on with the video. So we start off with my transfer in, and I wasn't actually going to make a transfer. I was going to try and carry over a transfer into this Game Week 7. However, with Mendy out and with Danny Ings unable to play against Liverpool, I thought that's two players that I know will not feature. Pedro was also a risk, so I thought I needed to bring in someone for Mendy, just in case things didn't go to plan. And it turns out I could have risked not doing it because I did have enough players playing to field a full 11. However, I brought in Kieran Trippier, which almost paid off big time. At 6 million, he got 4 points, just losing out on a clean sheet in the dying minutes thanks to an Anthony knockout goal. He played the full 90 minutes, getting 1 assist and having 1 attempt on goal, creating 2 chances. It wasn't the most dominating performance I've ever had from a defender, but with that assist, which I believe was winning a penalty for Harry Kane to put away, he did bring some points back in for my side, which was beneficial for me. However, it could have been a little better if knockout hadn't popped up. The star performers for the game week, and it's nice to start off this star performers with Mohamed Salah being included. 12.9 million now because he's dropped in price. He got 8 points, which doubled up to 16 because he was my captain, which turned out to be a little bit better than picking Aguero and a lot better than picking Hazard, as Hazard blanked. He managed to get 1 goal from 2 attempts on goal, 2 from inside the box, 1 shot on target, with 1 big chance. Wasn't the most dominating game week for Mohamed Salah, with no chances created, and it wasn't the most dominating performance for Mohamed Salah, but at least he returned and got me some points, which were much needed this game week to just stay above the average. And then we also had 2 players that featured in last week's graphics, which I had to release on Twitter because I didn't get a chance to do the My Team episode. And back for another game week are James Maddison and Wan-Bissaka, who have been very reliable for me. Maddison, 8 points from 1 goal, 1 bonus points, 1 bonus point, 4 attempts on goal, 2 from inside the box, 3 attempts on target, 1 big chance with also 3 chances created. And Aaron Wan-Bissaka, 4.2 million on the rise again, 9 points from another clean sheet and 3 more bonus points. So Wan-Bissaka and Maddison both being very reliable. And Wan-Bissaka for the 2nd game week running, coming in off the bench for someone that didn't feature and bringing me some more points. So thank you, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. So if we have a look at my whole side, the other players to actually return points, Kieran Trippier, like I spoke about, my transfer in, and Marcus Alonso were the players to bring me in some more points, along with Aguero, who is in my side but didn't quite get 8 points, he got 6 instead. They all turned up for me in what was otherwise a bit of a mediocre game week. Unfortunately, Holebas still hasn't created a chance, still hasn't managed to get an assist since I've had him in. Matthew Ryan, again, not getting enough save points to make up for the fact that a tough fixture meant he conceded goals. Eden Hazard, very disappointing. Pedro not even featuring, so moving to the bench. Ryan Fraser and Callum Wilson also not returning points as Bournemouth got beaten convincingly by Burnley. However, Ryan Fraser's underlying stats still looked half decent, so I'm hopeful for Ryan Fraser. But Callum Wilson is a real worry now because that's 2 game weeks I've had him in where he's hardly featured and had very bad underlying stats, which is a shame because before I brought him in, he looked fantastic. So the Game Week 7 lineup is most likely going to look like this before any transfers are made, and if I think I can get away with it, I may carry over a transfer, but I've got Matthew Ryan in goal, not the best goalkeeper coming up against a Man City side that can score a lot of goals. We then have in defence Bennett featuring because they're playing Southampton at home or Wolves, and Wolves look very, very good and capable of keeping a clean sheet. Trippier against Huddersfield is a game I'm hoping Trippier can get more points in. Wan-Bissaka now not starting off the bench, which may jinx the fact that he's been returning with points. And then Alonso featuring as well because it's Marcus Alonso, and even though it's against Liverpool, Marcus Alonso can score goals even against tough opposition, so I don't want to risk not having him there. In midfield, we've got four-man midfield of James Maddison, who just keeps returning points and now has Newcastle to play against. Eden Hazard against Liverpool, Mohamed Salah against Chelsea, and then Fraser against Crystal Palace. Bit worried about that one because Crystal Palace have been keeping clean sheets and I've got Wan-Bissaka in, so also worried about Wilson. Wilson may swap out for Ings just so I can cover more bases, and then Aguero against Brighton Hove Albion as well, so I do have some players playing each other. But overall, I think some of the big players like Aguero and Maddison for me have got fixtures they can keep returning points in. And then who knows how that Chelsea-Liverpool game is going to go. There could be points on either side and maybe points on both sides, which would be fantastic. But most likely my captain will be Aguero against Brighton Hove Albion, even though I have a Brighton Hove Albion goalkeeper. And then we move on to my watch list before we finish this episode. And I'm looking to replace Pedro purely because it's got to the point now where the rotation risk is just a bit too much. I actually think Pedro may be the one that plays in the Premier League and then Willian plays in Europe, but we'll have to wait and see on that. But with Pedro not even being in the squad against Chelsea, unless I hear something different, and the fact that I'm not sure I want two Chelsea midfielders now that Chelsea's fixtures get a bit tougher, I'm looking at replacing him with a midfielder in around the 7.5 million price bracket, but if an option's cheaper and viable, then I will be looking there. As you can see, I'm looking at Aaron Ramsey, Yarmolenko from West Ham and Anthony Knockaert from Brighton Hove Albion. Now we'll start with Ramsey, 7.4 million. He's had 5 starts this season. He's got 2 assists, but it was in the last game week. 24 penalty area touches, 8 attempts on goal. 4 of those attempts from inside and 6 of those attempts on target with a minute per chance at 52 minutes. Chances created, 11 chances created in total. 1 big chance and a minute per chance created at 38 minutes per chance that he's created. So Ramsey, I'm hoping Arsenal and Emery have turned a corner and are going to start performing. So Ramsey to me looks like a player that could do well under Emery. It would be a bit of a risk off of just one good performance, but Ramsey's the type of player I'm willing to take that risk on. Andrei Yarmolenko at 6.8 million looked very good 2 game weeks ago, but this game week he could have actually scored again, but fluffed his lines on a big chance. He's had 2 starts. He scored 2 goals, getting 10 penalty area touches, 5 attempts on goal, 4 of those from inside the box, 2 on target with 2 big chances. His minute per chance is at 55.6 minutes. Chances created, he's created 4 with 1 big chance created and a minute per chance created every 70 minutes. Now Yarmolenko and, to be honest, Felipe Anderson both look like they could be very good players to have in your side. However, I reckon Arnautovic is probably going to be the most consistent, but right now I'm looking for a midfielder and Yarmolenko is in the running. However, I have to see how he did play against Chelsea before I fully make that call. And then we've got Anthony Knockaert at 5.5 million. That would give me money to spend elsewhere. Now, I'm not 100% sure where I spent it. I could potentially spend it up front and then only have one cheap striker, but we will see about that. But at 5.5 million, he's kind of got stats that suggest to me, with Brighton Hove Albion's fixtures turning for the better, he could be a punt that many people don't have. So far, he's started 6 games, getting 1 goal and 3 assists. He's had penalty area touches at 14, 12 attempts on goal, 8 from inside the box, 5 of those on target, 1 big chance, minute per chance at 42.5 minutes. That's better than Ramsey and Yarmolenko. He's created 9 chances as well, with big chances created at 3 and the minute per chance created at 57 minutes. So Knockaert could be someone I look at bringing in just because it's now time for me to look at some differentials to try and increase my rank from around that 150k mark. So Knockaert could definitely be one that people aren't looking at. Anyway guys, thank you so much for tuning into this video. As always, if you've enjoyed it, please hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe and that notification bell so you're informed when I go live and when my videos go up on the channel. And check out all the links in the description down below, including my Patreon, where you can support the channel as well, and the new Teespring store with the new merchandise only available until I hit 10k subscribers. So with that being said, I've been JNO, this has been FPL Today, and remember, it's all about the game.